Good morning. Good early afternoon for me. Something up. But this is just talk. I'm coming here for just a little while. I wanted to talk about something that I was saving, but you know what? Oh well. I wanted to talk about um, good hearts versus good intentions. That's the shortest way I could put it. But having a good heart versus having good intentions for someone or something. A little backstory on this title. It was just a quick chat, or not even a chat, just like a comment on Facebook one day about a post, and an individual, because I mentioned something about, I believe, my ex-husband. Not quite clear on it, but I know it was something about him. And the person was like, I know him. He has a good heart. Basically, I felt that it was kind of like dismissing the thing that I had said, that I had commented, which I don't even remember. I had prepared that for a show that I was doing, but so I have my notes. I just don't have them with me. But anyway, and so I laughed hysterically to myself, and I was like saying, I wish you could see me, because it's not about a person having a good heart. To me, everybody that's able to move around, walk, run, has a good heart. Their heart is good, it's beating. You have a good heart. Unless you don't have a good heart, then I pray for you. Pray for your healing. And so it was just, because I know, and my ex-husband knows, everything we have gone through. I'm not taking nothing away from him or myself, but everything I put him through and everything he's put me through. We know that. Our children know. And a very select few others. But everybody else, they don't know. So I can't blame another person for saying, oh, I know him or I know her. They're a good person. They have a good heart, basically. That was the word. That they have a good heart. He has a good heart. She has a good heart. I have a good heart. It's beating. I'm thankful. Thank God that my heart can beat and keep my blood pumping. But on the other hand, it's not the good heart that's gonna help you outside of your physical body. What are your intentions? Does that person have good intentions for you? Are their intentions to help upbuild you, uplift you, and then me and this person on this specific post, we got on the same page after this comment. But what are their intentions for you? Are they, uplifting you instead of beating you down? Are they encouraging you instead of trying to destroy you, who you are? Are they motivating you to live you, to be you, to walk you, to love you yourself? Or are they trying to use you for their own selfish purposes? Now, intentions can be anything. Intentions can be selfish. Intentions can be, toxic, manipulative, anything. But if the person has good intentions, then you have a good person there. Yes, I would say good intentions is a good person. Bad intentions, no. How can you equal a good person that has bad intentions? A bad person can have a good heart. I don't do for people out of my heart. I'm sitting here thinking, I don't do for people out of my heart. I do for people because I see that there's a need, and my mind is telling me that person is in need. Because my heart can be somewhere else in all these emotions. I wish I had my Bible with me right now. I don't want to quote no scripture because I don't want nobody coming back at me. Oh, that wasn't that right. Whatever. You can look scriptures up on the heart of a person. But anyway, good intentions equals a good person. I don't know anybody who who okay, my personal experience. I have not experienced personally, romantically, being with someone who had good intentions for me and for my well-being, the well-being of my children, the well-being of our relationship. I have not experienced that previously. Right now, I'm not saying I haven't had a good person in my life, because I've had many great people with great intentions, but my focus was off. My focus was off, so I wasn't receptive to what they were showing me, giving me, telling me. I wasn't receptive to that at that time. And I hurt people's feelings because they wondered, well, why didn't you give me a chance? Why this and why that? And some people came to my rescue in the relationship that I was dealing with and going through those things at the time. So I'm appreciative of that. But I don't know. I should have asked before I did this, but I don't know what some people equate to having a good heart. I don't know what they're looking at to determine that a person has a good heart. My ex-husband, he wasn't a terrible individual, but he did not have good intentions. He did not have great intentions. He did not have positive intentions for us as a whole, for us as a unit, for us as a family. So yes, I had to do what I felt I needed to do at the time, and I'm still getting backlash from that. But it doesn't bother me anymore. It used to tear me apart. But it doesn't bother me anymore because I'm living a better life. I'm living a healed life. I'm totally restored from that situation. It took me some time to even start being healed from that situation. But I am now in a position where he doesn't upset my life. He doesn't upset my path. He doesn't throw me off the path. I stayed on course. I'm staying on course. And I have opened up to better relationships, better romantic relationship. I think I'm putting that right. So basically, it's all it. I believe when the scripture goes, everything works for the good. It worked out. I became an advocate for children of domestic violence. I finished my degree in Christian life counseling. I relate to a lot of women who are going through domestic abuse. I have yet to become certified as an advocate for women, but I can advocate that. That's no issue. Nothing has to qualify me but God, and I definitely have survived domestic abuse. So, I personally know signs and those red flags, even white flags that are thrown, because I've thrown plenty, not even knowing and realizing that I'm still on break. So, it's just so much. But yes, I want to stay on course, having a good heart versus good intentions. I have a great heart. I really have a good heart, but my intentions are even better than what my heart is. And I have learned, and it's just a personal opinion, I've learned not to lead with my heart. Emotions. You cannot live life through emotions. You should not live life through your emotions. Emotions are temporary. Life is a temporary solid. That's a good word. I need to expound on that in my private time. But a temporary solid. Emotions aren't solid. Emotions are temporary in the meaning of they come and they go. They change. You never know which emotion will be brought out of you until you're faced with the situation. I have done a lot of things. I've been a lot of places that I really did not think that I would be doing. And I'm not talking about physical places. I've been in situations I did not know I would ever be a part of. But just to look back and then have someone criticize, not talking about that post, but just other situations that I haven't spoken on previously, that now is the time for me to speak on a little bit more. And I speak on more with the clients that I work with in certain in similar situations. I did not think that would be me.
Is your sign stuck right
No. Let me see. Move your hand. Move your finger. No. I didn't think that would be me, but it was. And at first you get confused. One situation from today, my heart, oh my gosh, my heart went out and I got emotional. Because when a young woman and man, this is not gender specific, goes through a certain type of childhood or perception of their childhood, and then come into adulthood and no one has told that child that they love them, then they get in a situation where this person is saying that they loved me, but the things that are happening really, but the things that are happening are very abusive, very, destructive. But to them, it's like, okay, I just don't need to set that person off. I need to find out what it is that makes them mad. I was just mind blown because but I had to keep my opinion to myself and just listen, because number one, some people just need you to listen to them, listen to what they're going through, listen to what they want to sort out, because a lot of times when people are talking, they're sorting their own things out, and they just need to be able to get it out there, and it feels better to them to speak to a live individual instead of talking to themselves and talking to paper. But I was a writer, so I wrote my issues down. But when a particular person, forget it, my ex-husband read my journal, I just felt bad, and I felt like I wanted to give up on writing. I stopped writing for years just because he wanted to be nosy and go through my things. It hurt my feelings because I felt like, and we weren't married at the time. So no, we weren't married at the time, but he went through my things, and I felt like, how could you go through that? This was the only thing that was for me, that was me. It's truthfully me. Everything in there was truthfully me. And I didn't want anybody to read it. Me and my mom physically got into an altercation because of my journaling. And so for him to do that, I just stopped writing for years. And he found out some things in there that shook him, that because he always thought I would lie to him. And so when he read my journal, he found out a lot of things. And they weren't bad things. It were just things that were like, I was being honest with him about, but he didn't believe. So it's like, okay, she wrote it, so this is really this. But anyway, that's a manipulative behavior also, because I believe if you're in a relationship, yes, you're supposed to be open. Leave that alone. But journaling for some people is very private and particular, and that's the only way that they can sort their issues out. So for you to come in there is like a threat to them, and some people really act out on that. I've been through the phase of acting out with someone invading my journaling. So I was at the point with him, like I was just fed up, and I just felt like, what's the use? Maybe, I thought this was maybe I'm supposed to just tell everything to you. No. So anyways, this young lady, her mom, she had a rough childhood, rough mother-daughter relationship, raised by grandparents. And so, growing up, I'm pretty sure somebody said it. Junior, please don't do that. she never really heard the words or remember hearing the words much of I love you. So this guy comes along and says I love you. To her, it was I'm trying to explain it how she explained it, but basically it was a shock. But she didn't quite understand how could he love her. So to her, the abuse is not abuse. The abuse is just an action that she feels she's provoking. And it's not how it is. It's not how it is. You don't provoke. You can provoke someone, but being yourself is not a provoking action. Now, men and women, young girls and young boys, I would suggest you look for someone to show you I respect you, rather than to tell you I love you. Anybody, anywhere, anytime, any day can say those words to you. I'm not looking for another person to tell me I love you. Life equals love to me. So I don't need to hear. It's good to hear after I've seen. It's good to hear, but that is not a defining phrase any longer. It should not be. Show me you respect me. I'm not saying you're not going to mess up. I'm not saying you're not going to get on my nerves. What I am saying is when you do mess up, and I tell you, look, that hurt my feelings, I don't appreciate that, then you say, I'm sorry, I apologize. And not do it again.
Not.
That's right, and not do it again.
What? To who?
Whatever you hurt somebody's feelings with. So, you know, that right there is telling me that you're for me. That you have good intentions for me, towards us. That you're wanting to build with me. That you're willing to build for me. That you're willing to listen to me. That you're willing to teach me and learn from me. I respect you. Lately, I've been telling my children that. When I text my oldest daughter, good night, baby, I respect you. I appreciate you. I'm proud of you and I respect you. It's good to say I love you, but it's better to respect the person. So, shut the door, Junior. So, anybody can have a good heart. The pimp out there in the corner has a good heart. The clerk at the grocery store has a good heart. We have good hearts. We were born with good hearts. Some of us. The others that aren't, I pray for your healing. But what about your intentions? What about your intentions for yourself? What intentions do you have for yourself? You know, what are you doing to help yourself? How are you building yourself up? How are you building your future? How are you building your today? What are you doing with your today? Are you still just laying around, smoking, watching TV, playing the game, calling around for somebody to give you a hookup? What are you doing for yourself? Abuse, abuse, abuse. That seems like that's one of the main things going. Abuse of power. Abuse of authority. Abuse of a situation, you know, especially the abuse with these children in this world. Mistaken identity. Come on. Like, I cry sometimes listening, watching these things go on. No, baby. So a good heart versus good intentions. Make it clear. You have to first make it clear for yourself. It's clear for me. Hopefully, I'm opening a door to help you do your own insight, make research on that. But a good heart versus good intentions, that's no competition. Seek out good intentions of a person. Don't just hook up and be connected with someone because, oh, they have a good heart, because you see what are you equating that person? You see them feeding the homeless, so, oh, they feed the homeless, they have a good heart. Yeah, they have a good heart, but what are their intentions? Why are they feeding the homeless? That's not something that you may want to ask them. You may want to, but if a person is saying, okay, I'm just doing this so that I can, become famous, or I can be well known, those intentions are selfish. So you mean to tell me you're doing a good deed to become just to become famous, just to become known? Why not feed the homeless? Because you see that the homeless is hungry. You see that they need this. This is something that should not be denied of them. Hopefully that's clear. But I do look into things a lot deeper than normal. To me, having a good heart does not equal being a good person. I'm not bashing my ex, but in the situation that I was in with him, nobody can come and tell me you're wrong. He was a good person. I ain't saying he was a bad. I don't know what he is right now, but back then he had very negative intentions, bad intentions, destructive intentions, and I'm speaking off of that post. So, his intentions for me weren't good. So I had to leave the situation, and I'm going to speak on my truth, and that be that. But yes, that's one of the most difficult times I've had in my life. The hardest situation, one of the hardest situations I've ever had to deal with, to bring myself back to who I am. I was not me when I was with him. I was another version of me, trying to be me, because I couldn't be me with him. I couldn't be Angel. I could not be Angel with him. I had to be whatever. Who is that? I had to be whatever he wanted and needed the whole time I was with him. I couldn't even be who I were supposed to be for my children when I was with him. I had to be what he needed, what he wanted. So it's just to see myself evolve from childhood to now. Oh my gosh. I now know to look for good intentions. I now know to understand where my intentions are, and to go forward from there. Just because another person tells you how you feel does not make you less of you. You are you because you know your truth. Your truth can change. There's nothing wrong with that. But you're living your truth. What I want today may not be what I want 3 months from now. That's okay. I'm being truthful for what I want right now. And when I learn more information, when I gain more information, then that may change. I may see, because what I wanted a year from now is not what I want right now. And that's fine. I'm open, and I'm more willing to allow God of life to give me holy inspiration and impart what I need to make the decisions that I am making. So that's my time for today. I need to get back on the clock. Yes, I do. I just won't take a break at 12. I won't take a break at 12. It's okay. I wanted to get on here and just talk a little bit about that, because it was burning in my mind. And instead of saving it for the radio show, I just went ahead and spoke about that. Yes, having good intentions versus having a good heart. I choose good intentions any day over anything, and with anybody, even my children. I have to make sure, why do you want what you're asking for? Why do you want to go to this place? Why, what are your intentions? What's your purpose? What's your reasoning? You have to have it. And if it's not good, then I'll talk to them. I'll let them know. I let them open up and be themselves. But at the same time, I need them to understand there's always a reason. There's always a why. And you have to know your why. Even if nobody else knows it, or nobody else agrees. I don't agree with my children's whys all the time. My daughter wants to color her hair a certain color, and I don't agree with her why, but she has a why, and it's positive. So I told her yes. I don't agree with it. Me coming up, my mom would have smacked me in my mouth if I had asked her, Mom, can I cut my hair and color it? Girl, no. You know, even now, people, well, when my hair was long and I would want to cut it, they'd be like, no, you ain't cutting your hair. I am me. I cut it because I wanted to cut it anyways, but this time I had a reason to cut it. I had a purpose, and I did it for me. I didn't do it for anybody else. This is my last time cutting it though, because I did it for me and I don't like it no more. But you know, have a why. Don't let your why be somebody else's why. Make sure your intentions are good, or positive, or uplifting. Build yourself, build your environment, your community. Share and help others along the way. Have a great afternoon, positive day, productive day. Live beautifully. You are a beautiful soul. You are a soul above all. You also are a beautiful being. Have a great afternoon. What you say, baby?